Hey guys, what's going on? Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com. Daryl Addison at Torpedopot.com. And these are my radish planters. And I guess we must have picked about, I don't know, 300 radish so far. And so I came back. This is February the 11th. It's real cold out to you guys. But I'm coming out to plant some seeds. These are torpedo pots, guys. These are self-growing planters. All I do is walk up and throw my seeds in this planter and it grows my food for me. I don't have to grow my food anymore. And all I do is I come out and I pick the food that I want and they grow. And so what I'm doing now is that I've taken all the major big ones out so far. And so what I'm trying to do now is to start putting in some new seeds. And so I'll probably get a little bit what's left over here, maybe have it for some breakfast or something. But for the most part, I'm going to start putting in my new seeds. So lessons learned here is that if you have a torpedo pot, which is a self-growing planter, you never water, you never have to feed it. You only supplement the soil. It can grow you food for the rest of your life. I can start my seeds early, even during the wintertime. In this planter right here, we may exhibit frost maybe once out of every, twice or three times out of every 7 days, which means that there's ample room for it to turn back into water. And so the plants feed off of that. And this is a great time for you to come out and plant during the winter. So what I'm doing now is harvesting all of the remaining food from the torpedo pot. Or I can just let them stay in here like this right here. See how big that is right now? Let's pull it out and see what it looks like. So as many of these that are in there right now that are still growing. But the problem is that I've pulled out so much already that I have a lot of vacant space, and I don't like vacant space. So it's time to me start utilizing the vacant space. Again, these are small ones, because we picked out all the big ones, so I need to put in some more seeds. So I want you to walk with me right now, and I'm going to start picking out the ones I think I can use, and I'm going to start planting some more seeds. So let's do that together. You should always wear gloves or protect yourself when you're dealing with soil, because today's soil, you don't know what's in it. But once you put your soil in a torpedo pot, in our case, we use mushroom soil. It starts to decay and break itself down because of the natural design of the planter. It makes that possible. It imposes that environment to break itself down. So your soil can last indefinitely. And your self-growing planter, all you do is throw your seeds and your plants in. This soil is the engine of this planter. It never cannot be used. It will always be used. This soil will remain in this planter for 5 years. And I'll get probably over 100 pounds of food from this planter. And this soil will do it for me. I would say about 3 years, 5 years total would be down the bottom. And you won't be able to get the yields that you want. But for about 2 to 3 years, you'll be able to use the soil over again. And then you have to constantly add to it because it's the engine. You don't have to do much. And the soil is always good. So what it does, because it does the self-watering technology that we have, it alleviates you from having to come out and do any work. You don't have to do anything. Because it waters your plants for you, it feeds your plants for you, so you really are freed up to do whatever you want to do. So I'm coming out right now because I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to rinse them off, and I want something fresh. I like fresh vegetables. I have got maybe about 30 of these planters that are growing radish, and they're doing a great job. I love my planters. So this one's pretty much used up. So I'm going to start throwing seeds in this planter right here. Now, I don't have to pull up everything, okay? But I want to choose to do a uniform grow with you guys so you can see what's going on. Now, when we eat our radish, there are different types of radish. There are the ball radish, the red round ones that we saw earlier. So these right here, they're the ball radish. And then we have the elongated ones that don't have the ball at the end, but they go straight down. And in this planter, I think we just had the ball radish. I'm going to look at the feeding stick. I'm just readjust the feeding stick again. I want the feeding stick down underneath the soil just a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll top this soil off. There's grass growing in here, take it out. Okay, so let's top the soil off now so you can see what's going on. So actually, you know what, let's put our seeds in first. Let's do that, and then we can top it off. Get a feel for it, top it off. This is a Crunchy King radish. Pretty good radish. It's a round ball radish, and I love it because every month to 20 days I can harvest this whenever I want to. And even though the winter is slowing down the growth, a lot of biological activity has been slowed down tremendously, having it sit in there, the radish, as you can see, they've been through the frost multiple times, and they've been able to produce at least to be there. Of course, they're impacted by the frost. I mean, if you were frozen, you'd be impacted also. But they do a very, very good job in the frost. And I really like that plant for that reason. So I'm going to just start putting some inside of here. Get it going. Honestly, you could probably put about 70 seeds in your planter to about 150 seeds. I mean, you do what you want to do, and you pull out what you need, so you don't have to go stingy. So those who are growing one radish plant, I think that's wonderful. Spread your seeds out, get a good feel for it. I think I got about a good 70 seeds in there right now. And now we're going to top it off with soil. I keep my handy dandy pile of soil right here. I just throw it on top of it. Just cover that ring. Make sure it's covered. And that's it. Now, it's very cold out, so I might just turn on the water and just run it through the pots to get them nice and wet, because all the lines are not frozen. And so when I open them up, it should just blow themselves right on through. And so I'll probably do that just to get them off to a good start, because it'll retain itself. Then when it freezes, all that water frees itself inside of the lattice of the soil, so it won't be dry when the seed needs it the most. But it's the main thing to keep it just moist and covered underneath the layer of soil here. So we'll go down, we'll do this for all of the planters, and we're just going to go and pick out the ones that we really want. If we find out we're picking a lot out of the planters, then time to reseed it. So let's see if we can pick some nice ones without having to reseed. They're still growing though. They are still growing. They're trying their darndest. Trying their darndest. So like I said, we picked a lot of the big ones out already, and these are the ones that are left over. And I still love them. Like them a lot. A lot. And sometimes you're not aware of the sizes that you're getting, so you don't know really what's going on in your planter until you get down in there and find out what's going on. So I think I got a pretty good job. Got a pretty good amount of them out of there. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Isn't that amazing? Well, that's a real big one right there, huh? Yeah, you're big. You're really huge. Hard too. Very, very hard. And so this is what's left over. Majority of them are like this, close to this size right here. But I'm loving every little bit I can get. Why? Because this is health for my body. Guys, these are torpedopots. These are self-growing planters, and all you do is throw your seeds in that planter and it grows your food for you. Here I am, close to the middle of February, and I'm still eating. I still have food. What's the problem? Get a torpedo pot. Grow your own food. Get off your grid. And eat better than anybody else in your neighborhood. I'm just gonna move down and start picking them out. Now, I can let these small ones remain in here. I can really do it. And I shouldn't touch, normally I don't touch them, but I'm trying to prove a point with you guys, so I'm gonna just remove as much as I can. See, we have the spring about to come on, and I want to be able to get my spring crop going. I want to get it off to a really good start. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I've got enough, at least to have a little breakfast, a little something to eat. A little something. Guys, these are torpedo pots. We put about, maybe about 1,000 radish seeds in these 9 planters behind me. And we've been feeding off of them now for about four months now. And we've just been eating them. And they provided food. So now we're in the middle of February and it provided enough food. We've literally eaten through the planter. So now I'm coming back and I need to put down some more seeds. Yes, in the wintertime. This is my winter harvest. This is what's left over. You know how you go back and glean the fields? This is what's left over. This is what's left over. So you have a Gaussian curve where you have the growth taken up, hit your peak performance. We're down the bottom of that curve. But these are torpedo pots, and these are self-growing planters. They grow your food for you. You don't have to do anything. You don't water, you don't feed. You only supplement the environment, and it does a great job of growing for you. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put these away. My bag fell down here somewhere. And I'm going to start putting some more seeds in. Now these are small radish plants. Like I said, I normally don't take them out. I'm going to pull them to the side. And I'm not necessarily going to use them now. They'll make great feed for your animals. Okay, I'm just going to push this aside. Now what I normally do with the ones that are still growing, if I want to keep them, I just throw them all in one planter. There's not much left anyhow. They'll pick up and start growing again. What I do is I take the bulb and just, with my finger, push the bulb down into the soil. It'll catch on automatically by itself. So we clean this planter out, get it going. And we'll start putting down some more seeds in this one. I'm going to move everything around to the front of the planter where the knob is, the soil as much as possible. Then I'll drop my seeds down into the planter. Because I realize we have a lot of great soil inside of here. I look at where my feeding stick is too. I want to raise it up, make sure I know where it's at, know what's going on. Okay, great. Spread the soil back around again. Great, so this is ready for seeding. You never know what's growing in these planters, and you have to be careful about throwing things out because you might have food growing and you don't know it's there. So I just throw my seedlings into other planters and they'll start growing by itself. I want to get them nice and clean and pristine so I can put down my new seeds. Beautiful weather too. Beautiful, beautiful weather. When it breaks 60 degrees, you come outside and do whatever you want. You really do not know how much you have left inside of there. This is always good to check your plants and your planters before you reseed them. You don't know what's growing inside of them. All right, let's get that going. That looks good. Get this going. That looks great. That's really great. If you see any weeds in there, just pull them out. Okay, I'm literally ready to start putting my seeds into these planters to get my next season going on. And this will be my my spring. This will pop up during the spring. Once if it gets any colder, the radish will go into remission. It'll just slowly grow, slowly develop, but the seeds won't kick off till a certain temperature. So let's see if we can get this thing going here. Okay, I hate touching my seeds and putting them. I hate touching my seeds and putting them back in the bag, but You don't want any moisture entering in. So right now I've just planted my crop of radish. I planted my winter crop. So my winter crop went in, my fall crop we ate up. My winter crop's in right now. And what's so good about it is that with Torpedopot, all you do is throw your seeds in this planter, your winter crop. And literally it grows your food for you. Now what do I mean by that? I walked up, I took my seeds, I put them in this planter, I turn the knob on this planter, I walk away for the rest of the year. How simple is that? The only thing I do is supplement the soil. You never water, you never feed. It takes care of your plants for you. I've been growing up into the middle of winter. Now I'm just putting in my next crop during wintertime. Do you know how, wow, how out of the ordinary that is? I'm growing crops in the wintertime. That's amazing. And so that's what's so good about Torpedopot. So from these planters, I harvested a lot of radish. A lot of radish. Now, for those who maybe don't like radish, the reason why I love the radish is because once I throw these seeds in, the clock starts ticking. Once I throw my seeds in this planter with the radish, I turn my Torpedopot on, it waters it for me. And every 30 days, I'll have a fresh crop. Actually, I'll have it before 30. I might have it between 15 and 20 days. But the full crop, every 30 days, I'll get a full crop every 30 days of radish. That means for 10 planters, I can put 100 radish inside of these planters and watch them develop over a period of time and eat them slowly as much as I want to. That's what this is all about. Guys, these are Torpedopots. These are self-growing planters. All you do is throw your seeds in this planter, put your plants in this planter, and it literally grows your food for you. You don't have to worry about growing your food anymore, and you will have a ball. All right, so I've got my radish in here now. This year, we've had, I think, 4 grows out of this. We had kale during the fall. No, we had carrots during the fall. These planters must have yielded about, 3,000 carrots. Then we put in cucumbers to grow, 500 cucumbers. But guess what? We found out what genetically modified products do. Go to the website, search up genetically modified products. You'll see what happens to those cucumbers. Next thing, we put radish in here, and we grew, 100 per container, maybe about 1,000 radish. Yeah, we're doing good. We don't have a problem with anything. And now during the wintertime, we're going to put in another crop of radish and have it do what it does. And it's doing a great job. Guys, radish at torpedopot.com, self-growing planters that grows your food with no human intervention. All you do is throw your seeds in this planter, and it grows your food for you. You'll never have to grow your food again in your life. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.